Hello, everybody. I'm Hazel, and welcome to Ginny LeClue, Detectivu. Let's shed some light in this weird chamber. I hope it's light anyway. Oh, something's happening. Trapdoor closing. Okay. And decontamination.
That didn't sound good.
In all her short life, Jenny LeClue had never found herself in such a peculiar place. The town that once seemed a small, lifeless pond was suddenly an ocean of mysterious possibilities. Equal parts terrifying and intriguing, it was,
Incredible!
yes, an incredible mystery in her very own backyard.
The case of the mysterious laboratory. Could this be Widow's Drop?
Looks fancy. And broken.
Jenny wiped away a thick layer of dust.
Jeez, how long has this been here?
Clearly the equipment had laid dormant for a long time, and yet...
Still functional.
It's so futuristic. Straight out of those comics Keith is always reading.
Starship cadets and the race for space.
It feels...
Alien.
Now I'm starting to sound like CJ. There must be a logical explanation for all this.
But its purpose would remain a mystery. Jenny dared not touch its intricate interface.
I'll just press all the buttons and see what happens.
Ha!
Oh dear.
Okay, frequency, gain, filter, tracking. Let's try. Okay, slow, fast. Filter.
As Jenny
There we
turned the
go.
dials, she heard something hidden in the static.
A voice? But what is he saying?
Weird. R49 E78, but W36.
It's a pattern. It keeps repeating. Animals and numbers. Animals and numbers. People in the future sure talk weird.
Was it a cry for help? A shopping list? Someone with extremely limited vocabulary?
Whatever it is, it must be important.
And so she transcribed it in her journal.
Good. It's more than the letters in the alphabet. Rabbit repeats 49 and 55 and 21. Whale and Weasel both start with W. Bear repeats 78 and 8. Okay, well, we'll find more stuff down here. Oh.
There's something stuck to the bottom of the ladder.
It was just a blank piece of paper.
Or
What about the
is it?
other side?
Jenny traced her finger over the page. She felt the clear indentations left by a pen.
I know exactly what to do.
One, two, three, four.
It worked. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It was a code of some kind.
It's 1.2-3-4, which is interesting.
The world's least secure code.
Please enter authorization code to begin.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Code accepted. System authorized and on for activation.
I'm not sure we should be doing this, Jenny.
Sphere hermetically sealed. Magnetic transducer coils targeting. Rotation phase harmonics stabilized. Commencing experiment 8, module 37.
Okay, so we're connecting a module.
What's happening?
We're moving something with magnets.
Active safety margins cleared.
Oh, good.
Running at 54% efficiency.
That's not great.
It says it's working, but what's it doing?
Remember, a healthy employee is an effective employee.
Okay.
Please leave the station for your mandatory 15-minute smoking break. Decompressing spherical chamber.
Let's see where we are now.
I should get out of here before my skin melts off.
If we find everything. Seems like it. Okay, well, let's climb up and see where we are now. Oh. Same spot. I didn't expect that.
The boulders must have weighed a ton each, yet they floated in the air like balloons.
CJ said he saw a swarm of UFOs circling the Forgotten Forest.
Was Jenny beginning to make sense of CJ's wild ramblings?
I'm gonna need a bucket of coffee to unpack all this.
Can we go back this way? I want to see if the boulder in the cave is doing something weird. Yeah, it's not letting me go that way. Okay. Must not be important then. But now I can get through here because I've levitated the rocks. Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that was close. Nearly died again. Need more coffee. No squares allowed. LeClue Detective Agency.
Our old fort.
It didn't look like much.
Wanted
but
puppies
this
and
treehouse
Keith.
had once been Jenny and Keith's favorite hiding spot.
LeClue Detective Agency and Keith. About.
I could never climb up there on my own. Keith always had to help me.
They schemed and planned and swore never to let anything come between them. Just thinking about him hurt.
What was that? Steven! Steven! Steven!
What?
Did you hear that? I'm telling you, man.
Not this again.
Something's out here. Something big. Real big.
There's nothing there.
But I'm getting some super spooky vibes, man.
For the last time, Kevin, the radio's off for emergencies only.
That was lucky. I need to be more careful.
The house was swarming with police, but she knew this place like the back of her hand. If anyone could find a way in, it was Jenny LeClue.
Yeah.
My room.
And inside,
My detective gear.
the window looked a promising point of entry.
I could climb the tree up onto the roof.
But as Jenny knew, all the windows on the second floor were bolted down.
Dad did it after a raccoon got in and trashed the place.
Jenny recalled the Christmas Eve when she had climbed down the chimney and discovered how difficult the jolly old man's job was.
And dirty. There's definitely a cleaner way in.
Jenny could try to climb the tree.
But I already see an easier way in. That's Mom's room. Her window is bolted down just like the others. Now I think about it, that's a real fire hazard. Not going in that way.
What could the police have found inside her house?
And if they found what they're looking for, why are they still here? It's tempting.
But Jenny couldn't risk being seen by the police.
There's probably a sneakier way in. Dang, they've got the back door covered too. I carved that jack-o'-lantern.
How normal
It's very
life had
pretty.
seemed just days ago. For a moment, she missed that life.
There'll be plenty of time to carve pumpkins once I've saved my mom.
Out of the police's line of sight, the basement was her best entry point into the house.
Except that window is locked, and all my lock-picking gear is inside.
I hope that guy's not in the bushes and he's going to give me away. Well, this looks like how we're going in, Jenny.
The window was ajar, the frame damaged.
Somebody broke into my house. That's my job.
But who? The police had used the front door.
Whoever it was, that's my way in.
To get to the basement window, Jenny would have to creep carefully past the police officer. One false move and the game would be up.
Hey! Who goes there?
Caught! Jenny would have to think fast or risk being jailed like her mother.
Here goes nothing.
What is that?
Wow!
Stephen!
I'm really
Please
glad I
come
got
here
caught.
there.
What's up, buddy?
It's happening again!
Kevin, please. I'm telling you, there's no such thing as...
There's a ghost out here! We're all going to die!
Come on, man. Remember the last time you thought you heard a ghost?
Yeah?
And what was it really?
My stomach grumbling.
So why don't you go inside and fix a sandwich?
Maybe I should.
I
Wow. Can't believe that worked.
can. Oh, I'm really glad that I got caught, but, you know, it would have been nice to not be caught too, I guess.
Someone definitely forced this open.
Would Jenny enter the dark basement? It was an odd feeling, breaking into her own house. But as she squeezed through the basement window, Jenny felt a rush of excitement. I could get used to this, she thought.
Oh, Jenny's going to grow up to be a burglar.
Jenny was in, undetected.
Home sweet home.
There's an umbrella.
What the heck? Who left this here?
Jenny's father had never carried a briefcase, and her mother couldn't afford one.
Let's see who this belongs to.
There are fingerprints.
Who carries around a fancy briefcase with a children's book inside?
Ah, but that's what
The Hawk and the Weasel. Hang on a second.
that's two of the...
Jenny recognized the book. She'd seen a copy of it next to the dean's lifeless body.
In the library. There must be something significant about it.
Zoom. That's what I want to do. Okay. Enter. X. Okay. Here's a tear here. No? Okay. It's just embellishment and it's not important. Weasel. Lock. Rabbits and the bear.
This feels familiar. Like I've seen it before. Wait, no! I've heard it before!
Yeah.
On the radio in the underground lab.
Could there be a connection between the cryptic radio message and this book?
Yes.
Let's find out.
The rabbits and the bear. There once lived a family of rabbits. Their home was a 3-story tall. Carrot cake. Whoops. Back. Zoom. 5 rabbits. Their home was a 3-story tall carrot cake near a river. Walking past, a bear smelled the delicious frosting and began eating the cake. What is this madness? She will purge us of house and home, cried the smallest rabbit. Soon the house had lost nearly all its icing. Eventually, the only thing left was the furniture. Satiated, the bear left, and the terror passed. The rabbits had survived. They were now free to run about and gather materials to build a new house. Hopefully, a bit less tasty this time. Okay, so we need rabbit 49. This is rabbit 55. 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 50, 49. This must be 49. Rabbit 21. Rabbit 21. There. 78. There must be another bear. Okay, now let's change the page. What's this? The wolf and the sheep. So wolf, we just need 51. A wolf who had caught its feet in a hunter's trap pleaded with the passing sheep. Please free me before my wound becomes infected and death comes to take me. Why should I help you when you would as soon eat me? Demanded the sheep. Come now, let us not relive past transgressions, said the wolf. 51. Free me now, and I shall be your servant forever. And so the sheep released the wolf, and the wolf ate the sheep. The hawk and the weasel. Let's see. Hawk need 30. High above the forest, a hawk spotted a weasel and attacked. Injured, the weasel lay low in the grass where it could listen for its pursuer and lick its rancid wounds, but the hawk was relentless. Fear soon turned into despair. How will I survive? Cried the weasel. Suddenly, the screeching of the hawk was silenced by a thunderous blow. An enormous black crow had carried the hawk away. Relieved, the weasel slinked home, laughing at its good fortune. The goose and the golden egg. I don't have a goose. There once was a woman who discovered a magical goose that laid golden eggs. The woman collected the eggs for herself and sold them, becoming very rich. But she soon grew impatient, since this goose could only lay a single golden egg each day. So the woman cut open the goose, intending to take all the eggs at once. But in the end, she found no eggs inside, and the goose was dead. The boy and the whale. Okay, so this is where the whale is. I need 36 for whale. One day, a terrible storm rolled through the valley, flooding the town and forming a lake. One boy survived by floating upon his bed. Exhausted and starving, he prayed, "Someone please save me, and I will forever be in your debt." Okay, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36. Suddenly, a whale came diving down through the maze of clouds. She disappeared below the water, then suddenly surfaced, lifting the boy onto her back. The whale said, "I'm in desperate need of a navigator. Can you help me find my way home?" The boy agreed, and so she fed him fish, and off they flew into the sky to find a new home together. Okay. So, let's go back then. So I need bear 8. 8. Okay, and bear 78. they? Okay, and then Weasel 23. Soon they will all
Soon
listen.
they will all listen. Relive their rancid past.
The message read like a threat.
But from
Yes.
who? Could it be a message from the Dean's killer? Let me get this straight. Someone's broadcasting a sinister message in code, which is being picked up on a radio in an abandoned laboratory hidden in the forest. And the secret to decode this message is written in a children's book, which was locked inside a stranger's briefcase in my basement.
All of this was true,
Yep.
That doesn't make it any less crazy sounding.
but not all mysteries could be solved in an instant. Sometimes questions had to percolate, like a good cup of coffee. Only then would the answers become clear.
I guess I'll let it brew for a bit. But right now, I need to get to my room and find my detective gear.
Office. There's a skull on that. What's going on there? Some chemistry stuff.
Oh crap!
Hey, what are you doing?
Nothing. Just looking for more beer.
Make yourselves at home, why don't you?
Forget about it. There's more in the back of the fridge.
They better not eat my cookies.
Jackpot! They got cookies too.
Hey, have we searched down here yet?
You lose one game of cards and suddenly you want to search the house. Can't handle the pressure, eh?
Oh, those, sir, are fighting words. You want to put your money where your mouth is?
Rant? Low rant. Lab papers.
Arthurton's finest, everyone.
There was no way Jenny could reach her bedroom without being caught by the police.
Which
And
means I
all
can't
the
get my detective
power in
gear.
the house
That's
off.
important.
But this was a basement, a veritable treasure trove of old possessions. Surely something around here would prove useful.
Maybe. But I can't see a thing. Let's shed some light on the situation. Of course the fuse is missing for the lights.
I can just about see everything in the basement from here. There we are. The shelf.
Jenny wasn't prone to sentimentality, but seeing her father's desk, the disorganized muddle of books, photos, and the faint smell of ammonia, more reminders that her dad was here not so long ago.
Miss you, Dad.
Lab
This
explosion
is from the
rocks
day of
town.
Dad's accident. Mom must have kept it.
The tragedy befell Gumboldt University this morning when an experiment in the chemistry labs went wrong. An accident caused a destructive explosion, killing one scientist and injuring several others. The area was immediately cordoned off, and no one was allowed in due to the potentially deadly chemicals involved. While the investigation is still ongoing, police have identified Henry LeClue as the scientist killed in the explosion. He He is survived by wife Julie and daughter Jenny. Dean Strasberry, head of the school and close friend to the LeClues, gave a statement on campus this afternoon. What a tragic and unpreventable accident. Henry was working with dangerous chemicals, and it looks like he made a grave error. He was under a lot of stress. People make mistakes. We've lost a great friend and neighbor today. Missing fish found. Pros and cons of pants.
The dean called the lab explosion an accident, but everyone in town seemed to blame Dad. Acrid inspections report. I've never seen this before.
Complaint. On May 14th, an anonymous source filed a complaint with the university regarding the lack of proper ventilation in labs. The equipment we have is old and frankly dangerous. It's only a matter of time before someone gets hurt. Process. Inspections of facilities revealed a dangerous and unsafe work environment. Despite several violation notices and follow-up inspections, the school consistently failed to address non-compliant safety standards. Conclusion. John Acrid, don't let anyone work in that lab. It's a death trap. Recommend immediate closure of the facilities until new equipment and upgrades can be made. October 5th. Leslie signed it. Can I interact with this?
The dean signed the report.
Someone had circled the signature in red pen.
October 5th. That was 1 week before.
Her father's accident.
This contradicts the newspaper article which stated my dad made a mistake. Everyone in town blamed him for the accident. But they were all wrong. The lab was unsafe. He shouldn't have been working there.
And worst of all,
Dean Strasberry knew, but he still let my dad work there.
any rational mind could see it. Strong evidence linking her mom
Yeah.
to the dean's death.
This doesn't prove anything.
It
It
doesn't,
was a clear
but it's
motive
motive.
for murder. Revenge.
My mom wouldn't do that.
But who else would see it that way?
There must be an explanation. I just don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
I can't let this fall into the wrong hands.
Was Jenny sure this was the right thing to do? It broke every rule. Why would she need to hide evidence if her mom was truly innocent?
Mom isn't here to defend herself. It isn't fair.
But however she tried to justify it, Jenny knew this wasn't the choice of a great detective.
I need to buy myself some time. I can't afford anyone jumping to conclusions before I've had a chance to investigate.
I thought it was a clue that I should keep, not evidence that I was covering up.
Aha! The missing fuse.
On the fuse. Mending the molecular bonds of marriage. Interesting. Nothing to say about that?
This was years ago. I looked like a kid. One of the rare times that Dad wasn't making a goofy face. He used to say, serious people make serious mistakes. I might, need this later. quantum tunneling and adaptive spectral optics. Sounds like a real page turner. Dad was such a nerd.
Results of restorative transducive coupling experiment phase 7. Possible changes after initial phase cycling and post-dynamic quantum tunneling has transpired. Observed changes in higher dimensional planes has led to a regression in phase. Modulation of radio frequency spectra. Bandpass filtering has produced no differentiated results, and advanced holography has not shown any positive change either. Further study is required to identify narrow beam secure spectrums from which to transmit future communications. A lot of the stuff I dealt with in the lab.
This one test tube looks recently used. The others are all covered in dust.
A small puddle of liquid had pooled on the desk.
Looks fresh. Still sticky.
Yeah, I think my dad is back.
Mending the molecular bonds of marriage. Mom and Dad both worked an awful lot.
Jenny rarely saw the two of them together.
Fantastic, thoughtful, earnest. Father. 10/21/66. Interesting. Card. What am I supposed to be doing here? You won't let me exit. I don't have a pointer. I can zoom again? No, let's zoom out. Ah, I can interact, I can open it. Today, I love you one molecule more than Mom. Heart, Jenny. Yes, you promised to take me for donuts this weekend. Don't forget.
A field guide to fascinating flora.
Weiss, Felding, and Strasberry.
Written by Weiss, Felding, and Strasberry. Did the Dean write this book?
A Field Guide to Fascinating Flora, Toxic Plants of Arthurton and Their Natural Remedies. Interesting. Did you fake your death by poisoning yourself? I open this book. No.
And then there was light.
Jenny would need to work quickly to remain undetected.
Who knows when they'll come back. Now, where's the most likely place to find a makeshift detective kit?
Here. Lab papers. Accelerant. Food.
shaft of light peeked through the boxes.
There's more stuff back there. I just need a way through.
Interesting. Hoping I could climb top of this. How do I get up there to get it? Okay, that was the last piece I needed. What's up, it? Hey sis, you'd love it here. It always feels like fall. Junior year has been a real whirlwind. I'm having a hard time with my dissertation. Tip, don't major in ancient Arthurtonian culture. So I went to the museum for inspiration. Found some really beautiful jewelry. Give Petey a big hug for me. Did you like the bone I sent him? XOXO, Gemma. Okay, and I am over time by quite a bit. So we're going to end here, and we'll see what's through this passageway next time. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!